Argentina is Copa champions. Police and soldier beat up Steertown Fisherman. 23 alleged Clansman gang members further remanded while two persons shot dead in Manchester. This is Undiluted News. Mikey Bones reporting. Opposition spokesman on agriculture Dr. Dayton Campbell said that his assessment of losses from Hurricane Beryl is an estimated $2 billion, $1 billion in crop loss and another $1 billion in livestock and infrastructure. Dr. Campbell, who toured yam farms in southern Trelawney on Friday, said the support from the Agriculture Ministry needs to be accelerated as the repercussions will affect the economy. The Ministry of Agriculture has said assessment teams have been deployed to the hardest hit areas to evaluate the damage and identify urgent requirements. Leaving this one alone for family's sake, but old Jamaican proverb says you can't plant corn and expect to reap peas. Biblical it says whatever a man soweth, that shall he also reap. And there is no other comment is necessary for what happened over the weekend in Pennsylvania. Deputy General Secretary for the Jamaica Labour Party, Senator Charles Sinclair, is challenging People's National Party President Mark Golding's stance that no PNP parliamentarian is being investigated by the Integrity Commission for illicit enrichment. Senator Sinclair, who labeled Mr. Golding's statement as misleading, said the opposition leader continues to spread mischief in a bid to attain political power. On Thursday, Mr. Golding said his checks had revealed that no parliamentarians from the opposition benches is being investigated for illicit enrichment by the Integrity Commission. But Senator Sinclair argued that it is nearly impossible for Mr. Golding to be certain that no opposition member of parliament is under probe because no names are ever given. Steertown resident Devon Fallon has been charged with assault in relation to an incident in which he accused the St. Anne police and soldier of abuse. Senior Superintendent Dwight Powell, commanding officer for the St. Anne Police Division, said Mr. Fallon was charged with assaulting police and resisting arrest, and he is scheduled to appear in the Petty Session Court on September 3rd. The Independent Commission of Investigation is now probing allegations that Mr. Fallon was beaten by members of the security forces during a pre-dawn operation in Gulf Steertown last week, Saturday morning. Mr. Fallon, a 30-year-old fisherman from the community, said he was not a wanted man and the only weapon in his possession was a fishing gun. SSP Powell said that the operation was in search of a man who was said to be in possession of a prohibited weapon. And during the targeted operation, the subject Devon Fallon reportedly physically assaulted the team. He was subdued and he received injuries in the process, and he was subsequently arrested, charged, released on bond, and the said team assisted him to the St. Anne's Public Hospital, according to SSP Powell. Alleged leader of the Clansman gang, Tesha Miller, and 23 others, including a medical doctor, are to reappear in the Home Circuit Court on October 10 for case management hearing. The men, except Dr. Paul Robinson, were remanded when they appeared in court on Thursday, and it's alleged that between August 5th of 2017 and August 22nd of 2022, the defendants participated in several criminal activities, including murders and robberies with aggravation in St. Catherine. On March 7, Miller had refused to leave his cell at the Tower Street Adult Correctional Center, forcing the police to devise a plan to get him to Supreme Court. And this delayed the start of case management hearing in the Home Circuit Court for over 3 hours. But when Miller arrived, it was reported that he again refused to be escorted into the courtroom and had to be forcefully moved by the police as he kept resisting. But Miller's attorney, John Clark, disclosed that his client was used as a punching bag. Miller is currently serving 38 years at a hard labor for orchestrating the 2008 murder of former chairman of the Jamaica Urban Transit Company, Douglas Chambers. Meanwhile, 2 Chinese nationals were kidnapped after their supermarket was held up and robbed in Spaulding in Clarendon yesterday afternoon. Police said about mid-afternoon yesterday, a group of armed men went into the supermarket posing as customers before demanding cash at gunpoint. An undisclosed sum of cash was robbed from the establishment. Police said the armed men then took hostage 2 of the Chinese business people and abducted them from the supermarket. Police said the Chinese were later released in Balleston in Clarendon, and a manhunt has since been launched in search of the armed men. 2 people, including an alleged robber, were injured and a firearm along with several rounds of ammunition seized after men reportedly posing as passengers robbed a taxi operator on Roosevelt Avenue in Kingston on Saturday morning. Reports from stadium police are that about 12:15, a taxi operator was injured after three men posing as passengers boarded his taxi and proceeded to rob him. And it is further reported that during the incident, a struggle ensued which led to the taxi operator and one of the attackers receiving gunshot wounds. The robbers subsequently fled the vehicle. The police were then alerted, and on their arrival, they discovered the injured taxi operator and assisted him to hospital for treatment. A search of the area led to the discovery of the injured gunman and one of his accomplices. A 6-round 9mm pistol affixed with a magazine containing 11 cartridges was found, and the injured suspect was transported to hospital where he is being treated under police guard, and the other one was taken into police custody. Two people were shot dead and a man injured in Bigwood district in Craigtown on Saturday night, sending shockwaves in the northeast Manchester farming community. Police identified the deceased as 39-year-old Tanisha Burton, otherwise called Browning, and 74-year-old Wilford Malliston, otherwise called Danny, both residents of Bigwood district. Police said about 10 p.m., residents reported hearing loud explosions in the area. When police arrived at a shop in the area, three people were found suffering from what appeared to be gunshot wounds. They were taken to hospital where Mallison and Burton were pronounced dead. The injured man, who was shot in the back and collapsed after running, was admitted for treatment. Police theorized that Miss Burton may have been the intended target of this attack, and the incident has left the community in a state of shock. On to sports. In Euro Championship, Spain beat England 2-1 in a highly competitive game. From the beginning of the game, it was clear which team was going to win, as England was playing too defensive while Spain was more in a fighting mode. An attack they did and ended up scoring 2 goals to England 1. Meanwhile, in Copa, Argentina claimed its third straight major title with an extra-time victory over Colombia in Miami yesterday, as a tearful Lionel Messi likely said goodbye to international soccer in a Copa America final delayed by crowd trouble. Forward Lautaro Martinez, on as a substitute, hit the winner deep into extra time to claim a 1-0 victory for the world champions that ended Colombia's 28-match unbeaten run and brought Argentina a record 16th Copa America crown. And it was crazy in Miami yesterday, as too many people turned up for that game. 65,000 people was already inside, and you have probably another couple thousand people on the outside clamoring to get in. They rushed the gate and caused a massive problem, causing the game to be held back by over an hour and a half. And don't forget that the best news and sports takes place on this station. If you ever miss the news, please go to YouTube, type in Jamaican Undiluted News, listen, like, share, and subscribe to keep it going. That's news and sports on your favorite radio. My name is Mikey Bones. I gone.